Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look again at RUNE, seeing what's going on. I actually got a lot of questions asking if this coin is going to break out soon or if it's worth investing in. And we're going to try to see if we can find that out here today. So if you are new to the channel, I say welcome aboard. Thanks so much again for joining us here. You can comment below, like the video. I'll absolutely appreciate that. It helps grow the channel too. So thank you so much for that. And if you could do that every single time you watch a video, even better. Thank you very much. So when it comes to RUNE, what we're going to look at first is liquidation. I do this with every coin, just to make sure we understand kind of the baseline of where all the liquidation is at. Keep in mind, this is the last month's worth of liquidation, but we can see here, roughly 380 is the lowest point and a large concentration at $5. So there's more liquidation to the upside than the downside as far as an accumulation zone, but we still got to recognize there's more liquidation on the downside because it's closer, if you will, so more propensity for the price to pull back. Once more, it's not a guarantee, but that's just something you want to kind of be aware of. If you look at the last 7 days, it tells us a slightly different story. We have a heavy concentration that wasn't swept at 430. So 430 to $5 is that rough estimate of range. So let's take a quick look here at the daily time frame and kind of see where we're at and just kind of go from there. So first things first, we are still below this descending trend line, generally not construed as a positive sign at all, right? Same thing here as well with a 20-day SMA. You want to at the very least be above the 20-day SMA to have any confidence in a position you're going to have hold for an extended period of time, such as swing trading, right? Day trading, different story altogether, but if you're going to swing trade, that might be a consideration for you. Take a look here, of course, at stochastic RSI. That's swinging up for the second time, carries more weight than the first. We're still under 50 on the RSI though, and MACD, while it's converging, is still very premature, very early, okay? So truth is, we're not in great shape here exactly. We want to be above some of these larger candles here to get any confidence in taking a trade. Okay, so I'm just going to draw that out. This is a daily candlestick closure at 425. We have not crossed that level in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now 7 attempts to break through that range. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Let's quickly understand this here. 4 hour time frame. Let's go ahead and tighten that up a little bit there. We can recognize that we are above the 20 and the 50-day SMA. Most coins are doing this right now, so it's actually a good sign, kind of showing us we've broken tentatively bullish on most altcoins. We can also see here we're above this descending trend line, the short-term trend line, and we bullishly backtested it here as a support, that 0.5 fib level at $4.05 or 407. That's essentially a good sign. We also bounced off 50 in the RSI, more likely to see the price action swing higher. Even though stochastic's coming down, the price is coming up with it. That's generally a good sign too. Same thing with MACD too. It's kind of diverging, but more so plateauing, and that's a very, very optimal situation. Tentatively rejected by the 100-day SMA here on the 4 hour, so big picture, 4 hour time frame looks pretty decent. Looks pretty good. Now it's not perfect, but it's definitely looking decent, okay? We can also see here, this is fairly ugly, but a lot of coins are exuding similar behaviors here where we got somewhat of a cup and handle pattern, okay? So if we kind of look at this here, we can kind of recognize that we are working ourselves into a pretty solid potential increase in price. In other words, price typically works itself into a flag and will eventually flag out to break free from the most recent high, essentially reestablishing that as a new low. So hypothetically, this is what happens. Looks something along those lines. Okay, so we're going to be paying attention to that. So ideally, the perfect place to enter would be the bullish backtest of this previous resistance at 425. We take a quick look at Ichimoku Cloud. We can confirm as well. Lagging spans free and clear, conversion lines with the baseline. Well, it's pretty close to the baseline, rather, kind of drawing dead. And then we were above the cloud. So these are favorable signs, not optimal, perfect situation, but it is more bullish than bearish. So hourly in the 4 hour time frame look pretty strong. The daily still is yet to be, you know, it's still desiring better qualities, okay? So if we put those all together, that's a decent odds of success taking a long position, but, you know, perfect world, Bitcoin pulls back, we see this happen, and then we flag out afterwards, right? We come back down to this 0.5 or 0.68 fib level. It'd be optimal to try to get an entry in the low $4 mark. I think it's pretty unlikely at this point because Bitcoin does look like it wants to continue higher, but if we look at this chart and the Bitcoin chart, they're relatively similar, so you got to recognize if Bitcoin pulls back, RUNE will too. Okay, so it's important to understand that. Either way, that's kind of where we're at there. Pending Bitcoin doesn't, you know, skyrocket soon, I would say it would make sense for RUNE to kind of pull back just a little bit further. This playout chart, I'll post this on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord just so you kind of understand what it looks like here, or you have access to that later. It's always available here on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, so check that out. We also have YouTube and TikTok Shorts. Last but not least, if you want to become a community member, CryptoCache.tech is a site linked down below. We got a free Discord, of course, so you can check that out if you want. But for our premium group, we do offer trade signals. And just to clarify here, we got some nice profits here over the weekend, 45% Bitcoin, 10% Chainlink, and 63% or 64% from Caspa. Those are some nice secured profits from the weekend. I appreciate all the wonderful feedback, and congrats again to our community members for some solid profits there. We look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.